with NextGEN Medium. I'm not using face paint. I'm actually using calamine lotion. And just for fun. No reason. That's not true. The real reason is I got my second vaccine shot a couple weeks ago. And I started developing a rash after. And it's gotten kind of out of hand. So I actually went to the doctor today and they were like, we're not quite sure what that is. And then they had another doctor come in for the second opinion. And the doctor was like, oh, this happened to me. So it was through another doctor's experience that I realized that this is a possible side effect to the second vaccine shot, which I got, and I don't regret it. I'm just a little itchy. So I got the calamine lotion on to, let it be known. What better day to give a little bit of advice than on the day that I get to slather calamine lotion all over my face? My neck is so itchy. Okay. Look past the face paint because words of wisdom are coming your way. My name is Sarah Nickerson. I'm a psychic medium intuitive, and I have a website called nextgenmedium.com. I also have a podcast, NextGen Medium Podcast, where I talk about the fact that everybody has psychic mediumship, intuitive healing abilities. These are just part of your soul abilities. This is something that everybody can do. We have not been nurtured to know how to use them or that we even have them. So it seems quite foreign to us. But once you start playing with it, you start to realize how intuitive it all really is and how natural it really is to get to know it. And so I want to make people aware of that, but I also want to have people see it for themselves. So I do that through my own understanding of the soul abilities and the soul world and try to give what I can to have other people see it for themselves and to develop their own truths. It's all about your own truth. And my truth is I'm itchy AF. But I like to do a thing with my vlog where I go to Reddit questions, and I got some randos here. I picked out some, but I'm just going to go random with this one that I'm going to do right now. Okay. All right. I found it. So Reddit, we're going to the subreddit Psychic. And this is what someone put up recently. And I like to give my 2 cents. I like to do it in video because it's a way to utilize my vlog in a purposeful way. All right. But I also think the way that I can talk about it and the people can see my expression, maybe it helps clarify things a little bit easier than if I write it down. So I'm just going to go ahead and say this. Okay. It's titled, I Have My Doubts Sometimes. I have my doubt. Okay. So someone wrote this on the subreddit board. I have my doubts sometimes about some of the things that I see, dream about, feel, or hear from others and other entities. I know whatever I hear is completely true because I know when my intuition is right and wrong. But some of the things I see and hear are just so outlandish for this physical world. It's hard for my mind to wrap around all of it sometimes. That's all, just wanted to get it on paper. You are absolutely right. I wish I'd written down who, let me hit the link here because I want to make sure we get a name in here. Snoo Dogs 8218. Yeah, of course you feel that way. I think that is probably the hurdle, the biggest ongoing hurdle of this whole soul abilities world. The soul world in general is not something that's tactile, it's not what we're used to in the physical world of being able to see things. And we know because other people are saying it's legit. This is legit. This is for real. Other people see it too. And we're all looking at the same thing. And that's how the physical world works. And that's how we relate. Right. And so when you start venturing into the spiritual world, it's all seems imaginary. And then after some time of exploring, And even she says, my intuition, I understand my intuition. And so your intuition really is your compass to guide you of what is or isn't when it comes to the soul world. And so getting to know that intuition is key. And I love that she mentioned, or he, I always assume it's a girl. That is wrong. um, I love that they put intuition in there because intuition is what guides you through this whole thing. And when you are uncertain of an image you're getting, when you are receiving messaging with your soul senses, it is your intuition that guides you to what it means, its relevance, why it's important. So, this person has their doubts sometimes. I have my doubts sometimes. I think what's important is to find other people that share that spiritual world with you. Like how I was talking about, here we are in this physical world, and the way that we know that we are sharing similar truths is by having this thing that we can all share together with other people. And that sort of hones in on its legitimacy. Whereas the spiritual world, you don't have that tactile thing, but you have the feels, and the feels are just as real as the truth that is in the physical world. And so when you have other people around that can say to you, I understand what you're saying, I understand what you feel, um, it brings a reality to the spiritual world that is just a different way of understanding a world. It's a different way of understanding the physical world for sure. It's two different worlds. They have two different ways of doing their things, and how they're sensed are different too. So I feel ya. I'm right there with you. I have my doubts sometimes about some of the things that I see, dream about, feel, or hear from others and other entities. I know whatever I hear is completely true because I know when my intuition is right and wrong. But some of the things I see and hear are just so outlandish for this physical world. It's hard for my mind to wrap around all of it sometimes. The spiritual world is not the same world as the physical world. And there's a lot of possibility to that world that we will have a hard time understanding, that we won't even understand because I do believe like we are incapable as human beings of understanding the scope of everything that world has. Um, but once we're released from the human body, I think we have that possibility. So, you know what? There's only so much for us to understand. And as long as you stay strong in your truth and your humility and honest about your experience, which you are doing, then you're going to be fine. So to you, Snoo Dogs 8218, thanks for saying that, because I think a lot of people feel like that. And in this soul community with all these people that are out there to say, I know how this works, and this is how it works, and this is how things are done. The fact of the matter is, nobody knows everything. Everybody has their own understanding of how it works. There is going to be for a great majority of things, no collective understanding. And it really does depend on your truth, what you think it is. And with that, the pressure of understanding the world that is spiritual should be lifted off your shoulders, because everybody's going to experience it different. Everybody's going to understand it different. And nobody knows the truth, but everybody knows the truth. Oh, okay. That's it. And you can hear more on my podcast at nextgenmedium.com. Also, you can check out my podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, and just about any other podcast player out there. I got my blog podcast at nextgenmedium.com. You can check me out on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Pinterest. Oh, subscribe to this, because I need to build my subscriptions here on YouTube. And if you have a question you want me to answer, and I feel like I can add something to the conversation when it comes to your question, you can email me at nextgenmedium@gmail.com, or you can send me a message through a contact form that I have on my website at nextgenmedium.com. All right, I'm going to do more. Maybe not with the calamine lotion phase. Let's see. All right, get to getting those questions out there so I can answer them. Bye-bye.